Every morning the world starts quietly, one soft light at a time. Homes flicker awake, shops open. People take those first small steps into a brand new day. And in all of that ordinary movement, there's something kind of extraordinary. A moment worth noticing, a spark you feel before you even name it. Sometimes it's quiet, sometimes it's small, but kindness shows up right on time. And every morning we choose to show up with you so we can look for that spark together.
Good morning. I'm Matt Roof, the Uncommon Kindness Guy, and this is Kindness Rising. Let's rise together.
What is happening? This has been a morning trying to get started. I don't know if anybody's out there. What the heck happened? I had a full show planned for today, and the gremlins are out. If you're out there, say hello. Let me know you're there, and we'll just keep powering through, figuring it out as we go, because it's what you do when you go live. But I wouldn't miss a day, and here I am. Sully's here. Mornings in the Lab is here. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I don't know. I'm just figuring it out as I go. My original stream just blanked off. I don't know. Whatever. But here's the thing. I'm here. Not feeling great. I actually set my appointment for shortly after this to get myself looked at. It's been 5 days now. Can't take it anymore. But here's the thing. I'm still here because I want to talk to you about a story that happened, something that happened to me last week. I got called out. I got called out on a blind spot that I've been carrying with me for a really, really long time. And it's one of those ones that hit like a freaking brick when it hit. Keith, you landed the brick, and I appreciate it. You ever take a brick to the face and appreciate it? That's what I'm doing right here. No, it wasn't that bad, dude. It wasn't that bad. You're not telling me anything I didn't know, but hearing it from somebody else sometimes is perspective changing. It's mind opening. So yeah, Keith called me out. We're talking about stuff, and after we talked for a bit, he's like, you know what? You discount selling a lot. When you talk about selling, that you're turned off by that, blah 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 blah. And I, it's interesting. Yes, I have been. That's been my blind spot. It's been a blind spot. And what came to me after thinking about it for a little while is I sell. I've been selling for years. We sell every day, most of us in some ways, right? But in my career, I sold in boardrooms. I sold physicians to relocate their entire families to our community. I sold new programs to communities. I sold strategic change. I sold belief in things. I sold thousands of changes, regulatory changes, new people. I sell. But the minute I label it as sales, for some reason I recoil. I go, oh, somewhere along the way, I built this bias that sales, the transactional nature of sales, is something that was came to my mind. The pushy side of sales, like I think about. I'm just going to go off on a tangent now. I was actually vacuuming the living room. Sometimes you just got to do it. Vacuuming the living room and thinking, remember the traveling salesman? I think this might be somewhere in my psyche, thinking about the traveling salesman, right? And somewhere deep in there is a negative bias. The used car salesman kind of frame, but that's really been a wasteful bias in my life, particularly as I'm making this shift. Ralph Lauren. All right. Awesome. Share Bear. Love that. $34 for a polo. That's a pretty good price. You got a link. You getting paid for that, Share Bear? You got an affiliate deal with Ralph Lauren? Who knows? Or you just like Ralph Lauren shirts. I don't know. Share Bear. Maybe you're a bot. Maybe I don't know. But yeah, $34 would be a great deal for a Ralph Lauren dress. I assume you're talking about a men's dress shirts. I mean, those are $100+ shirts. All right. Awesome, Share Bear. That's cool. I love that. Love when people talk about brands they love here. Ralph Lauren, I went through my t-shirts. Now, oh, it says t-shirts. Okay. Now I see I misread t-shirts. $34 for a t-shirt. Okay. I'm like, what? I didn't believe it when it was $34 for a men's dress shirt. Got it. All right. Absolutely. Yeah. So let's get back to the original subject. Good morning, Matthew. Roseanne Roof says that's my mom. She's in the chat today, as she is pretty much every day. Mom, I don't know how long you've been around, but we're talking about this bias that Keith pointed out to me. Share Bear, I hope I'm getting well or more well as time goes on. I have an appointment right after this. Pretty sure I got a sinus infection going. It's getting yucky, but I'm still here. I'm still going to have my meetings this afternoon and whatever. It's a little head cold along the way. I don't know if the head cold is what screwed me up this morning with the stream or not, but anyway, all good. All good. That's not what we're here to talk about that. We're here to talk about the story from last week. I mean, it's been on my mind. I was vacuuming, thinking about, well, I'm selling. What was it selling? Yeah. So yeah, I definitely am working on reframing. It's a reframing, it's a mindset change, a reframe for me around this idea of selling, talking passionately and telling people why this is awesome is not selling. It is selling, but it's not. You know what I mean? Like that's what I love to do. I love to speak passionately about things that I believe in and to extol the the benefits of it and help people to grow. That's my mission, right? To multiply kindness, unlock growth for good people doing good work. Well, there's lots of ways, lots and lots of ways to do that, but you got to sell it either way. And I have sold it and I will sell. So it's just an interesting really connection that I made. So thank you. Uh, for me, it's like the conversation too, right? Um, being able to have someone who can call you out in a way that's kind. Uh, Keith it was a great conversation. It really was. I don't have enough of those conversations in my life with a little bit of insight from outside from an outside perspective. So really, really appreciate it. Anyway, all right. So let's talk about how that connects. How does that connect to what the hell we're talking about here today with my head cold? We are talking about the six strings. We're talking about blind spots. This is clearly a blind spot that I have had. So we're talking about self-awareness. That's one of our six strings here on Kindness Rising. The blind spots are invisible to the person who has them, right? That's why they're blind spots. But self-awareness is being willing to be shown something you don't see yourself. That's the self-awareness, right? It isn't really about knowing yourself. It's knowing that you can receive that feedback, right? And when Keith started to hold up that mirror to me, I was like, whoa, my body went into a question. Do I defend this or what am I going to do? Or do I just listen? I just absorb it and let it sit there, right? And appreciate it. And I did. So that was my self-awareness. And obviously this is representing huge growth. I feel like for me, anytime we take it could break down barriers to moving life forward, right? I've talked about this, my desire to shift from my corporate healthcare background into the world of digital marketing and media and live streaming and all this. I'm going to have to sell. but I don't have to call it selling. It's not selling. That's the thing. So and I'm going to talk about some of these psychological factors and barriers and biases too a little bit, but yeah, that little message from Keith, like, listen to yourself. I'm listening to you. Are you listening to yourself? He wasn't attacking me. He was observing. He observed the way that I spoke when I spoke about the term selling, um, and and was able to summarize it quickly. It was pretty cool, and that's going to be growth for me, right? Um, and having someone who notices those kinds of things is important, because otherwise you might get stuck. I do get stuck. I have been stuck clearly on this idea through other things in my life that's become apparent too, as I've taken on other roles and done other things. It's been interesting process over the past week or so, even as I've been sick. But yeah, again, it's these psychological biases, right? We want to talk about identity protective cognition. Fancy word for, we protect our own view of how we see ourselves, right? Right. I might see myself in a way um, that's I try to be, helpful and collaborative, right? And for me, anything that feels like sales threatens that identity. So my brain has to reframe it. It has to reframe it around, I'm not selling, I'm helping, right? I'm helping someone, not because it's necessarily true. I am selling, right? That's what this is the part that I'm still working through, right? I am selling, but if I frame it as I'm helping, it feels safer for me. And so that's just an example of the type of biases. Yes, yes. Absolutely, Keith. Yes, thanks, buddy. Yeah, that's awesome. Uh, T Block, welcome in. We're talking about biases, blind spots, and cognitive dissonance. That's another one we're talking about right now. When actions in your self-image don't match, your brain's got to resolve the tension. So my whole life, my career before, I was selling. I am selling constantly. Again, I talked about that in the beginning. Selling projects, selling ideas, selling people to come to work for our organization, recruitment. That's a form of selling. Doing it all along. But as soon as I put the word sales on it, my brain would feel like I'm changing my identity. That's big deal. 6, 7, yes, all right. Selling what? Well, I am selling. I am moving into selling. Absolutely. Right now, I am selling myself, though. Selling can be interchanged with sharing your message to help others and the world. Yes. Mike Sullivan, future life coach. Yeah. My role here with Mornings in the Lab is absolutely selling, and it's going to become more of that too, and seeing it in a different way. So, um, absolutely. I'm selling the ability for people who want to step up every day, show up, or once a week, show up to build their identity, to bring the message to their world first, live through a show as part of the Mornings in the Lab network. So, if you want to build trust with people, you want to build authority, you want to spread your message live, because live is the way to do it, we can help you do that. Absolutely. No, that's it. T Block, I appreciate you. Thank you for subbing. Absolutely. Uh appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah. So yeah, I'm talking about what we're selling, what we are selling. If you're interested in knowing, I'm not selling. I'm helping. I'm helping you. Helping you. And helping me. to help you. All right. My brain is a little bit clogged up today. I got to fully admit it. I am rolling off script for sure with this head cold. So anyway, we're talking about blind spots. Yeah. And again, connecting back to the 6 strings of kindness rising. Absolutely. Self-awareness is key, right? This is a form of self-awareness, being able to listen to somebody else's feedback and grow from it. I'd be interested in what you're working on out there. Absolutely. And here's the kind of the kicker. I guess I keep saying kicker. I don't know. Here's the thing. I'm moving into action. The number of meetings that I have booked with people that are not sales calls, they're chats. I'm going to tell people what I'm working on and see if there's interest and see if it's a fit. But if not, I'm going to meet people. I'm going to learn. I'm going to grow, find other opportunities. And that's what we're doing. We're building this thing live. This is part of building it live. Absolutely. This is part of building it live, is showing you the ups and downs as I shift my mindset from a administrative leader to an entrepreneurial leader. It's a difference in a mindset. And I'm working on it. All right. And that's what we do. That's what we do here every day here on Kindness Rising, 7:30 a.m. Eastern on the Mornings in the Lab Network. You should definitely check out the Mornings in the Lab. T-Block, let me hear your question. As long as it's kind, you can say anything you like here in the comments. Yeah. Sorry, my brain just went off. But yeah, so that's what we are. We are Mornings in the Lab Network. We are a series of shows that help people get up, get after it in the morning. 7:30 a.m. Eastern here on Kindness Rising. Join us 8 a.m. Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends every day. Once a week, you're going to find It Starts with Joy with Cheryl Raphael Whitaker, and you're also going to find Jason Hewlett's show, where he talks about the promise, his promises, and how he keeps promises. Great shows. And we're adding more. We have several in the pipeline as we move forward. We're going to be talking more about the development of the network, but the network is part of it. It's all built around this idea of everybody waking up together in the morning, first to start their day. You got bullied at school? No, you know what? I am not a knuckled sandwich kind of guy, T-Block. Definitely not. Definitely not. I think it starts with trying to have some kind of conversation. I'm definitely not a person that's not why I'm here, to give this kind of advice, but I lean towards peace and collaboration and conversation, or avoidance. Being able to tell somebody is an important thing. To tell somebody else about it, they can help you. I'm here to try to help. T-Block, what do you think you should do? Jerry Ginger, how you doing? Welcome in to this kind of different kind of episode this morning of Kindness Rising. We've been talking about sorry, my brain really is struggling. We've been talking about blind spots. Absolutely. I've had a blind spot my whole adult life that was shown to me earlier this week. It actually wasn't even yesterday. Oh my God. Last week, Keith and I had a great conversation where he wisely and gently pointed out, but directly pointed out my bias. And I just appreciate that, having someone, whatever the bias is, whatever. All right. Okay, so here we are coming back. Should we bring it back home? I think I'm gonna call an end to this. I'm gonna call a mercy call for myself. My brain is definitely not where it needs to be, except to say this. I am still learning. I am still evolving. I'm still discovering those blind spots, the self-awareness that's my practice, growth and collaboration with people like Keith Billison in the mornings in the Lab Network, and action to help shift my identity, taking the action. And kindness, sometimes kindness looks like a mirror, and sometimes kindness hits at first. So yeah, I guess I'm recognizing the sales person inside of me in a way that I've never done before, and changing my mindset about that. So I don't have to pretend anymore, I guess. So that is it. I am going to go and get some medical attention. No, I think I just have a sinus infection. And yeah, Oscar Scott, what's up? Welcome in. You caught me at a weird time, buddy. And Jerry Ginger, yes, absolutely. I'm so glad you guys come back all the time. Appreciate that. Yeah, you caught me definitely in my brain. Yeah. Okay. I didn't sleep much, but I'm going to go get some help, and I will be back. 7:30 a.m. tomorrow. Until then, stay uncommon and stay kind.
What if your mornings could be inspiring and ridiculously fun?
Kindness Rising isn't just a show, it's a full wake-up vibe.
It's freaking fun, people.
Yeah, man, it's got real get after it energy.
I love it.
Wake up with Kindness Rising.
I help purpose-driven people grow their impact. 5-ingredient recipe to help you build your personal brand. Get out there and take kind action.
If it's live, they'll feel it.
On Kindness Rising, we bring you proven strategies and fresh ideas you can actually use. If you're not failing, you're not trying.
Exactly. Fail fast, rebound faster.
You'll see the bloopers and the genuine connections that make kindness contagious. We sometimes get into a little bit of trouble.
Pretty much my life made the list.
You can trust what you see right here is honest, respectful, and uplifting. Social impact organizations, and we always talk about them. Try kindness. It's way cheaper than therapy. You just made my day.